Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having part 8 of the Europa Barbarorum campaign as Rome. And without further ado, I think we can continue the campaign. Sorry, I think I was a minute late. And I think we should reinforce this city here to keep up the public order. And we had this army marching towards that Carthaginian city here. And I think we can keep this in check and send this army somewhere else. And we have also plans to take an army here to the Iboshim. And of course I think the army should be rather big, because the enemy capital seems to spawn some additional troops for its defense. But I think without further ado we can finish the turn and let's see what happens. Okay, apparently the Carthaginians might be trying to besiege us. And it seems Seleucids are taking their time. Okay, now we have Egypt, and let's hope that we don't actually need to fight against them. So, about the victory conditions, I think if and when we take Carthage out, we are in a pretty decent position to win the whole campaign. So I think that will be enough. Okay, we are the largest and most advanced faction. That's nice to know. And it seems we are building quite a bit as well. And perhaps we can even raise taxes somewhere. And there might be a settlement here, but I doubt it's worth taking actually. And okay, those mines are not too good. I think we will make this Roman province as well. And was it so that, okay, we have ceasefire with the Massilians, and now the question is how much defenses we need to leave here to keep the population in check. Okay, I guess that's enough. And let's be careful so that enemy fleet won't be intercepting us. And there are at least 2 family members some additional troops. I think we will hire the mercenaries we can. And I guess... And okay, there is our fleet. So no settlement there. Let's try to keep our fleet close by if we need to withdraw. And we cannot train any more units there. So perhaps we should send some reinforcements. And of course this army is able to reinforce when it arrives. And let's see if we can raise taxes somewhere. And of course it would be really nice to advance north here as well. And we have quite a few family members there. Are we actually lacking at least one in south? So I guess we don't want that guy to govern any of our settlements. But perhaps this guy. Let's send him to Regium. And we can send this family member there. And let's see if we can actually train some real troops somewhere around here. Apparently we cannot. At least we can retrain that one. Okay, so let's see what happens. At least they are not bringing in reinforcing armies to the island there. So that's good, some good news for us. And I think we should start preparing another army that can be taken to the Iberian Peninsula. Okay, apparently the Seleucids went past us. And I guess this province should become Roman as well. And this army can head towards Icosium. Okay, it's large camp, rather well defended. And I'm just... okay. And apparently that fleet is, or army is withdrawing with the fleet. I'm just wondering... perhaps taxes are too high here. That should I... perhaps I should start to make another round of units in Rome. So that we can bring in a new army to the Iberian Peninsula. And I think we have a turn once again. And let's remember to save. Thanks for the question. Yeah, this mod is based on Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms. So I think the style kind of looks like Medieval 2. in the map and battle map and so on, but at least for me the feel is a bit closer to the Rome Total War than Medieval 2 Total War. And by the way, welcome to the stream. And once again, we went ahead of the Seleucids. And some new troops from Rome. I guess raising those taxes wasn't that good of an idea after all. That will hold for 5 more turns. Actually, perhaps we should lift the siege. Oh. Can we actually send that to the fleet? Apparently we cannot. Well, let's see. So, I'm just wondering if I attack that army, I might be able to draw the garrison to fight. And if we beat them soundly enough, we could actually take the city altogether. So let's leave the besieging force. Okay. I guess we can auto-resolve this one. And let's take the mercenaries. So that should be quite a bit smaller amount of troops. And apparently we cannot even board. Let's hope that the garrison cannot utilize this to their advantage. And if that's going to happen, I think we need to take all the mercenaries we can. So, whole 1 unit. And perhaps we can besiege there. And this army has already moved, so let's finish the turn and see what happens. Okay, we have some perhaps enemy spies or diplomats in our area. I'm just wondering... This is a bit difficult because the island is really small. So... I think we should bring in the maximum amount of troops we can. So basically... These seem to be rather good ones. We have some cavalry. And, well, let's actually bring the... Oh, or let's keep them with the fleet, because I think we are going to need the garrison those troops can supply at some point. And then we have the Siege of Tuat beginning soon. Fortunately, that looks like a rather ragtag defending force, but let's not get overconfident. And let's continue to train troops for our Iberian campaign. And I think we have a turn, and let's hope that fleet is not carrying an army. Okay. I guess war fleet, and we have something else. Oh. That's bad. So now the question is, should we actually abandon the siege there and get to the Iberian Peninsula? If we can bypass the enemy fleets there. And with that, we could actually find not so well defended targets. So that might be useful. Agreed. The attention the developers and makers have put on the details, that's really impressive. And also the music for the mod. I think it's made by some artist that tries to recapture the music that was really made in the Roman times or Greek times. So that too is really impressive for me at least. I'm a bit worried about the situation in... Okay. Or is it hiding that army? Okay, it's on board there. Perhaps we should have built that siege equipment a bit earlier. Already? Well, let's put those troops on the ground there, so that we won't lose them too soon. And let's continue the troop production. Perhaps it would be nice to try that out as well. And well, let's try those ones out as well. And I think we should get a general perhaps this guy. Let's have him move to Rome. And we should have a small fleet somewhere around here. Okay, we have repaired it, and we can bring the troops from Capua to the African coast. And can we actually... no, we cannot recruit anything there. So, let's save and see what happens. So, the reason for me saving quite... okay, so much for that fleet. So, the reason for me saving quite a bit is that the mod kind of disables autosave from the campaign. And the mod has, at least for me, a tendency to crash, especially associated with the battles. So it's kind of a precautionary measure for me to make sure that I don't need to start the whole episode from the beginning if the game crashes. Are those guys trying to bribe us? Okay. An earthquake. Fortunately, we don't need to repair anything there. Leptis Manga should look rather decent. Adrumentum as well. And I guess our upkeep is beginning to climb. So we cannot train that many troops anymore. Of course, luckily these guys are ready, and I think next turn we can set sail with this army. Perhaps we can get some reinforcements from nearby settlements as well. And we can train new ones to replace the ones we will take to battle. So 7 turns. And here... 2 turns. I think we might want to assault next turn, because there can be the buff. Kind of depends what this army does. These guys look solid enough. Iberian medium swordsmen. Perhaps we could replace these guys with them. And we do have one spy in here. Oh, for example, Gade would make an excellent target for our attack. And let's bring the other spy here to keep these Massilians under scrutiny, so they cannot spring any nasty surprises on us. Of course, one possibility would be to leave one unit to maintain the siege, and then use the rest of the army to assault the enemy reinforcing army. And I think in that way the defenders of the city cannot join the battle. And then we could join the besieging army once again and assault the city itself. Let's try that one out, because I'm really concerned that the city garrison gets buffed a bit too much and they will attack us with army and a half, and of course that will mean quite a bit troubles for us. So I think that army should be decent enough, and next turn we will set sail. So I guess these guys can continue the siege. Oh. And the situation seems to be a bit worse than I feared. Are they actually able to attack us at the same time? Okay, so these would fight all alone. And I think we want to take them out. And I should have saved. Well, let's hope the game doesn't crash. So the cavalry has one mission, and that's to snipe the enemy general. And we do have a decent amount of heavy infantry and spearmen, and not so decent amount of any missile units, so we need to just blunt them into submission. And are the enemies actually moving against us? That would be just perfect. And apparently their general is feeling a bit bold. That cannot go unpunished. And perhaps we need to drive those guys off. And there are some more enemy skirmishers. I guess we were unable to take them down right away. So it's time for the infantry to advance. Okay, so we have broken that unit. Good. Apparently they found their backbone once again. And I think we will send those guys to help out there. So, how is our main force faring? So the enemy army is mostly skirmishers, it seems. With some exceptions. And quite a large portion of the enemy army is chasing our cavalry. Surprisingly large portion, actually. And let's see if we could take down those enemy skirmishers there. And I think that skirmisher group did break, but heavy infantry is something we don't want to engage with cavalry only. Or rather missile cavalry only. Okay, the enemy general is dead. And let's try to make sure that as few as possible of the enemies will get away. So our life will be quite a bit easier that way. Okay, excellent. And then some final casualties to the enemy, and we have a victory. And I think we should be able to or should have been able to wipe out the whole enemy army. And losses were rather acceptable. Especially considering the casualties we inflicted on the enemy. Okay, good. One less enemy army to worry about. And we could hire mercenaries, but I don't think we actually need to. And those guys went to the ship. So, if I just can control this army, I think we will win. And perhaps I should try to auto-resolve this. And it's a clear victory. Nice. Oh, perhaps I think enslaving is the best option so that we can keep up the public order well enough. And I think this will become a Roman province. And we are going to need some ships rather soon. But that really is a good news that the settlement did fall. And this fleet here is still waiting for the next turn. And I think we have a turn. And I think next turn we should invest in perhaps a couple of fleets. Because now we are having at least some momentum with our army in Iboshim. And we should try to leverage it. And move directly to the Iberian Peninsula. Of course we are having that one fleet coming from Italy. Which of course will help quite a lot. But still, I think the Carthaginian naval superiority is a bit too strong for us at the moment to rely only just one navy. And rather small at that. I guess we don't really need anything at the moment. So, what are the closest ports? Perhaps we can build a port there. Can we make a fleet here? Apparently not, and it seems fleet building is rather expensive. But now this fleet is ready to sail at least this far. And we can have even an additional general to reinforce it. Perhaps we have some units from here as well. Let's take some hoplites. And perhaps we could train some more troops in Syracuse to replace those that we are taking away. So 5 turns, and actually I don't think we want to wait for the enemy to sally forth, so when there is only one turn left of the siege, we will strike. And here it will take 15 turns until we can raise a new fleet. Of course, one question is, should we backstab these Massilians, but I guess, well, if they have only one settlement, that's rather poorly defended as well. Okay, some armies there. That's rebel town. Well, I think if our goal was to kind of do something more than just wipe out Carthage, I think we would hit those Massilians as soon as possible, because taking that last settlement would most likely wipe them out altogether. And that, of course, would make our life quite a bit easier in Northern Africa. Perhaps I will do it in any case, because leaving them at our back while we focus on the Iberian Peninsula might mean giving some opportunity for them to cause troubles to us. Okay, and I guess we should do something. Okay, so quite a bit of civil unrest and unrest. Let's hope that the temple will do what needs to be done to pacify the region. And it's a good question when we actually can get those guys out from there, because the enemy fleet presence in the area is quite intensive. And I just said that we are not going to attack the Massilians, but I guess we will do it in any way, or in any case. Could we send a bit of a garrison from Capsa to Icosium or to Carthage, and from there to Icosium? And I think sending this general might not be a bad idea either, when we can. Perhaps this guy could go to Carthage, and well, apparently it won't work out, but we can send him next turn. And let's save, and we have a turn. Well, that's not good at all. Let's see if we can bring some reinforcements. And perhaps a port there. Well, not bringing too much. And here perhaps that campus Munovum, I guess, will be beneficial. And well, of course, we don't necessarily need Karama, but perhaps we should send reinforcements just in case. And let's see what kind of additional defenses are available. Hopefully not too much. Okay, there is Carthaginian army there. And now we have an army here. So let's get that fleet going there. And this fleet here. And perhaps in a couple of turns we are in striking distance of the Iberian Peninsula. Hello Bakkeles, and welcome to the stream. I have taken a rather an aggressive stance here with the campaign, and it seems I'm not the only one. And let's save, just in case. And it seems we don't have walls in this kind of settlement. And we have some spearmen, but that's pretty much it. So we have taken Carthaginian capital, and we are moving against the Massilians' last settlement. And we are also besieging the last remaining stronghold of Carthage in northern Africa. And we are having one army heading towards Spain or Iberian Peninsula. And we are having another fleet that's ready to carry another army to Spain once we get it into position. Well, it's starting to be, except for these rebels don't realize it just yet. I guess they broke the gates. Oh. So they have some spearmen, but mostly, apparently, skirmishers and skirmisher cavalry. So let's try to take out the general as soon as possible, because that way I think we can break most of the units there and gain victory. Yeah, I'm actually Romanizing everything I can, so no any client states or anything like that. Oh, and let's make sure that our general won't get backstabbed by that spear unit. Apparently, the enemy is focusing everything they have to this battle here. At the moment, the number of casualties looks rather promising. Hello Trajan, welcome to the stream. I guess at the moment I'm only just dreaming of the kind of empire that you once ruled. But I hope that soon Carthago delenda est. So I think they should start running out of that skirmisher cavalry rather soon. And let's hope they will run out of the general soon as well. Let's see if we could actually target him with the remaining missiles. And I think after the enemy general falls, we should try to hit the enemy's back with our general. Of course, there are those spearmen that might make the things a bit more complicated, but I think we are ready to start moving that way already. Okay, thanks for the... Okay, good. So just let's push forwards. It was actually really nice to make that multiplayer, so if you want to join for the next one, join the Discord channel as well, because we are coordinating the multiplayers event there. Okay. And that's it, and I think a rebel army will just perish when they lost. Ah, okay. Okay, so... being busy at work. And let's see... Okay, so these guys are happy enough. And we can send these guys back to Lepsismang, and there is quite a lot of Carthaginian fleets there. Yeah, I guess the tourists will prefer the... not the hottest season. So, kind of the middle of the summer. But I guess those times around it are quite popular. And I think we need to leave some garrison here, but we can take most of the troops with us. Ah, okay. So it's related to Easter. And... okay. I guess that's Carthage Nova or Carthago Nova. And then we have this fleet here. I guess we need to take the same route. And now the question here is, could we actually take it right away? Apparently we cannot. And there are actually quite strong enemy armies nearby. But I think we will assault this city next turn. And I think we have a turn. And it seems the Carthaginians are scrambling to improve their defenses near Carthage. So it seems that Egyptians are almost like taking control of the historical areas of Eastern Roman Empire. Of course, they haven't crossed the Bosporan Strait yet, I guess. Yeah. Polybian troops indeed. And... So they are making a night attack. And I guess this is the garrison not joining the battle. I'm just wondering, will we win the battle if we manage to beat these before the reinforcements get into the battlefield? And let's save just in case. So, I think we will try to wipe this army out, but I'm afraid this one is a bit too strong for us. So, if we cannot win the battle by defeating the first army, then we will withdraw. And of these, at least some units have the missile attack. This time we do have quite a few skirmishers. And then we have quite a bit of cavalry as well. And of the cavalry, I think the missile cavalry should not be in this skirmish mode. And we still have one unit cavalry as well. Okay, so let's strike there first. And I guess the main army can move to engage that skirmisher cavalry. And it seems that we will not be able to wipe out the enemy army before the reinforcements arrive. So we need to withdraw when the situation so requires. So that unit is broken. I think these guys could start pulling back already. And where exactly is it that they are pulling back? There. And so much for that army. And then it's time for us to withdraw. And it's quite interesting direction into which these guys are actually withdrawing. Let's hope there is a bit better alternative available. So I guess they are going towards the nearest border. And let's hope these principes won't get caught. So I think we were able to inflict some damage to the enemy. even though we were forced to withdraw. Yeah, I agree with you that if I had decided to stay and fight the second army as well, then keeping those troops fresh would have been the best way to go. But since the enemy general was so much better than my general, I think it's better to play it safe. And for example, try to wait for a bridge battle if that's going to happen. Fishing port, perhaps that would be beneficial as well. And then we have this army here, just waiting to get into the battle.
Hostes trucidata! Arietem capite! Trebone! Daratru! Trebone!
And perhaps we could take Twat. And that was done rather easily. And I think we can sack the settlement. Oh, perhaps that wasn't actually the wisest course of action. Which one of these is actually a better governor? Okay, so let's get that guy going. And it would be a waste to keep this quality army here as in a garrison duty. So let's bring most of the army, for example, to attack this settlement if there is still a stalemate going there. So there is a rather large Carthaginian army nearby. And they might be at war with some other factions as well. But it seems our pathway here will go along the southern coast. And I think it would be wise to start boosting our finances once again. Perhaps that dispersed farming, well, apparently no benefit. The grain dole should bring at least some additional benefits. I guess we are doing well enough. Oh, and I needed to check if those Ptolemaians have taken some ground in the eastern part of Greece. And based on the number of Greek armies on our soil, I think some extra garrisons in Italy would not go to waste. Okay, Tarentum could be upgraded. I guess that's fair enough. Perhaps some Hastates here will be enough. So fortunately, the armies are not that big. And I guess these are still in Greek control, so perhaps they are not planning on backstabbing us, at least soon. And perhaps if I bring this army to reinforce the siege battle there, we could take this settlement rather easily as well. And where is our spy? Here. So there are, I guess, only 3 Carthaginian settlements at the moment. Do we have a proper terrain for our battle here? I guess we don't have. Hello, Jamesy Jin. I guess the Greeks and the Ptolemaians had a war going just a while ago. Okay, no problem, JMC Jin. No pressure at all. And I guess we save and see what happens. Oh, that army circled around us. That might make things a bit more difficult for us thereby. Were those Massilians actually disbanding some of their armies? Because, well, I think the garrison seems to be a bit smaller. Or perhaps they moved to this army. And let's make the grain dole once again. Perhaps here livestock herds might be actually surprisingly good. And Ecosium is doing okay. What? Fair enough. I guess we could Romanize it a bit further. Still. And it seems Capua needs to have a bit lower taxes. So, I think this army should pull back when we do this. Ah! Okay, that didn't go exactly as planned. But I think we should be able to beat them fair and square. And after that victory, the city should fall to us rather easily. And I think we need to enslave the population to keep them in check. And now we have this army ready to march further. And okay, we have some enemy troops incoming that way. Let's wait for this army to join forces with that one, and then we can, I think, take that settlement as well. So, this is a bit problematic. Because it ties up our resources that could be used for a bit more aggressiveness. But just wondering what mercenaries we have available. Apparently nothing at the moment that could be gotten. But I think we need to send this army, or at least half of it, out as well. Perhaps we could actually bring reinforcements from here. Let's take the most experienced troops. And for this guy, I guess let's take the most experienced and the heaviest troops as well. And perhaps we could take some more still. Okay, fair enough. And we have some extra troops here as well. Will be a good investment. So, 2 settlements to go. We have 2 armies in the area. So I think the situation is looking decent enough. Thanks for the question. I think the mod is interesting. It kind of adds quite a bit of new attributes to the Medieval 2 Total War, and of course the attention the developers have paid to the detail is just admirable. And I guess it's just great how much detail and effort they have put to this mod. However, the stability issues that the mod have are a bit problematic, in my opinion. But otherwise, I think it's a really great mod. Well, that was not good at all. Oh. So, still work in progress. And actually I'm wondering if I should bring this army to Spain instead of besieging Saigon. Okay, so if it's still work in progress, that makes it even more impressive. Okay. So, several patches at least coming in still. Perhaps for my personal playstyle, I like the campaign play a bit more fast-paced. I think when I were younger, I would have liked this a bit more, because then I would have had more time for the grind, and I would have enjoyed more of the kind of the slower pace of the campaign and ability to manage several aspects of the campaign and so on. But I guess I have become a bit more impatient as I have aged, so I really like the kind of the faster pace of the campaign more. Yeah, agreed on that. So it seems they are inviting us to assault Saigon. And I guess actually Karalis is doing surprisingly well. I'm just wondering what's causing this. Well, I have no qualms with that. Perhaps it was conquest of the city we did a bit ago. I guess we grow older in different ways. So, let's have this better general to besiege Gadar. And can we actually... Okay, so we need a fleet to bypass that Lusitanian commander. And we could reinforce that army with, I guess, 4 units. And then let's head for the ship and go that way. Okay, that's quite a long campaign. I would be happy to have a campaign done in, let's say, from 3 to 6 days. thanks for the question regarding Rome Total War 2 or Attila. I guess that depends on what kind of gameplay you like. So, if you like to immerse yourself into the details and like the slower paced campaign, I absolutely can recommend this campaign here, or this mod. But if you like it a bit more fast paced and more simple and so on, I think those kind of unmodded titles of Rome 2 and Attila would be more to your liking. That's just my opinion. Do we have any mercenaries available here? Okay. Well, that's quite a respectable amount of hours. Yeah, I think, at least for me, the original Rome 1 is something special. It was the first Total War title I ever played, and well, I think I have thousands of hours on that. Oh, and one of our armies just rebelled. Huh. So I guess these guys were not that happy after all. So there might be some boost to public order when you capture a settlement.
Turpissimi barbari!
I think both the remastered and the original Rome have pros and cons. Well, it's a bit difficult question. Which of them is better? I don't think that can be stated just directly. Okay, so this settlement was left for us. Nice. I really like the some additional features that they have made to the remastered version. But at the same time, I think they have lost some of the space of the pace of the original Rome, and at least some of the user interface solutions for the remastered are not for my liking. For example, the original unit cards, I think, were kind of better. They were more informative. Of course, that's what I have been. I am used to, but well. Yeah, of course, the camera controls of remastered are quite a bit more better. Of course, it's nice to see how far your archers can fire without hovering the cursor over the ground, and so on. So there are still some things that are good for the remastered as well. Oh, we have some rebels there. Need to take care of them. And now those traitors are besieging us. That too. Yeah. Kind of slows down the Areuakoi. Who are the Areuakoi? Are they these? No. I have no idea where they are. Well, we had some rebels here that need to be taken care of. So much for them. And could actually this... Okay, he could not. I was just wondering if he could keep the gates open there. So what about Spain? Okay, so we cannot get there directly. Ah, okay. So these guys? Or those? Okay. So, by the way, a funny name for that city. Let's see if we could actually take the fight to them and snatch that settlement right under their noses. Yeah. I think we will maintain the siege a bit longer. And of course, where is our fleet? So, since we lost that army, I think we need to train once again a new one in Italy. Okay, so there is a Carthaginian army. Let's hope they cannot take any new settlements. And I guess we don't have any chances of winning this battle, so let's auto-resolve it. So Macedonia has been destroyed. Indeed.
Tribune!
And are these... Do we have a diplomat somewhere here? Apparently we don't. Okay. So only one family member. That's nice. And what will be nicer still is that we can take the settlement here right away. I think the ratio is good enough, so let's see if Carthage has been wiped out, and I think it has. No, they still have some province somewhere. And where might that be? And it seems we cannot even Romanize this settlement, or is it Roman already? I guess it is. I'm really wondering where that last Carthaginian settlement could be. Majorca, where would that be? Ah, there. Okay. So. Let's get this guy to command our forces. And I guess it will take a couple of turns until we have what we need to have the troops ready to take the last settlement. Hopefully the last settlement. I don't know. I think we will find out soon enough. Oh, and it seems that army besieging Ars turned rebel as well. I'm wondering who is our faction leader and what kind of authority he has. So, where is the faction leader? Is he still in Karalis? Yeah. Well, it's not horrible, but I guess bad enough. And can we have some mercenaries? I guess we can.
Kordai! Rukedite! Tribune! Tribune! Hostes trucidata! Tribune! Rukedite! Intenteite!
Perhaps... Okay. We are not giving any territory. Perhaps they cannot give. And... okay. I guess not. Yeah, I think we will see that soon enough, once the army lands on there. Oh, and there is some public order issues in Mediolanum. So that needs to be checked. And we cannot even do much about it. Yeah, that's a capital.
Rukedite! Intenteite! Signa fente! Trebone! Ios interficite!
And rather poorly defended capital. So, unless this guy turns a traitor,
Tribune!
I guess we should have that settlement next turn.
Tribune! Rukedite! Intenteite! Contrano shro! Arieta moinia!
Oh, for once we won a fleet battle.
Rukedite Tribune! Tua mandata exacta! Trebone! Ompegnate! Trebone!
Yeah, he should be loyal enough. I don't think we need a spy there because we can take it by auto-resolving the siege next turn. So, about a campaign lasting 3 to 6 days, I'm thinking about... oh, yeah. There is a spy. So you think he's causing the unrest there? or that I should make a spy, kind of for counter-espionage. Okay. So I think this settlement should fall. And Carthago delendized. So let's try to make a spy there. So basically we have achieved our objectives for this campaign. And of course, let's see what it would take to really finish this campaign. So we would need to take that settlement there. So 13 more regions, basically from Greece and from Spain. So basically the next step would be, I guess, to reinforce these armies in Spain and take these two settlements, and it would basically wipe out that faction there. And then I think we should try to take down the Massylians here and take back this rebel city and take this city as well. So this area would be secured, and then perhaps take Patava for us. And then we would need to move to this side, and of course we would need to take down these two Greek factions. I think it would be possible. Perhaps not too easy, but possible nonetheless. So was there Pergamon as well? I don't... Ah, there is. Okay. So after conquering Greece, we would need to head to this area. And I guess that would be then. But I guess this is good enough, at least for me. So I think this series is finalized. And for the next series, I think, as I said about enjoying a campaign that lasts 3 to 6 days, perhaps I will try in Rome Total War original or remastered a Brutii campaign with the time limit challenge of a total of 10 hours of Grand Campaign playtime, during which I need to achieve the long victory. I guess that will be quite a challenge, but let's see how it will go. So, I guess perhaps next week we could start that campaign. So basically 4 2.5 hour episodes each, and during that time controlling 50 provinces including Rome. Let's hope the Marian reforms come quickly. I might try that at some point. A good idea. But I guess this is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And of course you can post comments to the comment field of the video as well. Have a great rest of the day. QualityOldGames out.